It's about unfair distribution of resources, unfair financial policies, and so on and so forth. That continuously leaves certain people behind. Inequality is a phenomenon that we talk about, people have written about. But sometimes, if the realities of it, people don't see the realities of it. And therefore, that is why we decided that it's important to put together images that will reflect and highlight the issues of inequality in our society. People think you are here in Accra, or you live in East Legon or Cantonments or somewhere, and you think that that is a reflection of Ghana. You know, there are other people elsewhere belonging to Ghana. They are Ghanaians. They must benefit from the resources of Ghana. And it's important to showcase how others are being left behind and to reflect the fact that our resources perhaps are not being utilized in ways that benefit everyone. I think that this documentary, highlighting these discrepancies in our societies, highlighting the issues of inequality, perhaps will get people to sit up and to think differently in terms of how we manage our affairs as a country.
Just another day at the Ahomakromwa DA Primary School in the Wassa East District of the Western Region. The 3-unit classroom block houses Nursery 1 and Nursery 2, as well as Primary Classes 1 and 2. The remaining classes are conducted in makeshift structures.
What are plants? Plants, yaka planter, or ibadi. Yaka planter. Yes.
I need to say plant. Plantain.
Plantain. Good. What are plants? What are plants? Yes, Francis, try.
Plants are living things that grow in the soil.
Again.
Plants are living things that grow in the soil.
Okay. Good. Clap for him.
The school goes on a 30-minute break, but Francis and Sarah are not enjoying the break. They have a responsibility to fetch water for the entire school with a population of 150. Every day, pupils from different classes are scheduled to fetch drinking water for the school. It's more than 30 minutes walk to a nearby pond. It's a lonely journey through the forest. The children arrive at the pond, and this is the reward for the journey they made. A look in the water can drive away thirst, but the people of Ahomakromwa rely on it for household chores and drinking. Francis and Sarah make their way back to the school, enduring another 30-minute walk. They settle down and complain about the journey to the pond.
saw water in the pot.
A walk through the forest daily also exposes them to reptiles.
Sir, yes, Mamma goes to a via. Min corn, Napa. Nada, we any tomwa. Namako, Monsieur. No one. A boy moons na or the bush in general. You also now the queen. You also now or Bendia. You want to be a machine.
Nhyɛ yɛ kwa yɛ hu wɔn te mempɛ pipe mu na mepɛ. Ebi wa na wa bobɔ egu, ebi wa nso na wa afudua na kɔ bobɔ ne ho egu so. Nso mu wɔ what do you think? Mempɛ nso mepɛ pipe no.
Again.
Edible plants and non-edible plants.
Good.
Susanna Amponsa is a primary 3 teacher. She was posted from Takoradi to this community 1.5 years ago.
I feel bad because if I see the water, then I will be thinking about how the outcome, when the child takes it into the stomach, the outcome, I will be thinking about it. Sometimes we have no option than to drink the water because there's no water around. So you have to drink it just like that. The children complain about their stomach ache and a whole lot of complaint about sickness, many sickness. Sometimes because of that, they don't come to school.
The impact of not having access to potable water is the spread of diseases, an increase in water-related diseases, and our children below 5 dying of these preventable diseases.
Residents of Ahuma Kromwa are desperate for safe drinking water.
Lenti emi se nye ne se sibia nso ne dapo na se nhabantu ugum esunson wom mpotro wom emu ahoro nyina owonom nyina wonom nso ne bi na afa ebinom so do no soro wo do wa na do agum nti ama apopo bibre ne mpore nyina wo nso na se school fu nyina nua teacher fu nua no bia nom wo hanom.
This is the Zoe International School at North Kaneshie in Accra. Unlike Ahuma Kromwa, none of the classes here is conducted in a makeshift facility. The school has a running tap. The children use it for hand washing only. They find drinking tap water strange.
You can tell me what pollination.
My mom told me that I should not drink it, but if I do, I will fall ill. But there is germs and bacteria in it, so I drink pure water.
The water is not good, and we are told not to drink the water because there are germs in the water. So we drink pure water, and we were told not to drink the water by the headmaster.
The children saw images of pupils of Ahuma Kromwa drinking untreated water, and they were shocked.
How can I see people drinking such water? Because it's contaminated and I can't see myself drinking such water, and it's not so good for human consumption. I feel very sorry for those people in the village because I can't also see myself drinking such water.
I felt very bad when I saw them drinking the contaminated and dirty water. But if I was born there, I would drink such water to survive because there is no other water for me to drink.
Some called on government to provide water for the other side of the country.
I feel very bad for the villagers who are in the village drinking that dirty water and contaminated water. And I think there is no equality between us and then the villagers. And I want the government to put up a borehole or any facility which can produce a good water for them to drink.
According to WaterAid Ghana, a non-governmental organization in water and sanitation issues, as many as 6 million people do not have access to clean water. That represents 1 in 5 of the population. Almost 1,000 children under 5 die each year from diarrhea caused by poor water and sanitation.
Under MDG, we were saying that Ghana had about 85% coverage of water access. But under SDG, the standards have gone high. The water access ladder starts with having safely managed water. That is water running through the taps and regularly tested for its quality. And under that, about 27% of us Ghanaians have access to safely managed water. So the rest of them have to go to water points or resort to these unsafe sources.
Residents of Ahomakramwa complain of diseases as a result of drinking water from the pond. Clearly, the inequality that exists between Ahomakramwa and North Kaneshie is indeed wide.
So the mistake we make is that we take poverty to mean inequality or vice versa. But there are two different things. That is why, as a country, we have succeeded in reducing poverty, but we are having a situation of increasing inequality. That is because we haven't been quite strategic in looking at measures that will, bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots. So in terms of call to action, it is about time, and especially in the era where we are so clear about the implementation of the SDGs, to leverage the SDG to make sure that inequality is tackled head-on with clear measures that, for example, will address equal access and, if you like, equitable access to services.
The United Nations Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights adopted General Comment number 15 on the right to water. The Article 1.1 states that the human right to water is indispensable for leading a life in human dignity. It is a prerequisite for the realization of other human rights. Comment number 15 also defined the right to water as the right of everyone to sufficient, safe, acceptable, and physically accessible and affordable water for personal and domestic uses.
When large segments of our society, and which is the case, are not accessing social services, what it does is that their inability to function actively in our economic and political life means that they are going to be marginalized, they are going to be excluded. They are the ones who are unable to make their voices heard. They are the ones who are unable to get good jobs, well-paid jobs. And in this situation, it culminates into some form of resentment. And that resentment can disturb our social cohesion. It can destabilize the democracy we are pursuing now.
The government needs to resource them well. They need money, adequate funds to be able to dig up or drill boreholes for these communities and ensure that the water that they get from the boreholes are tested regularly to ensure that it's safe for consumption. The thing is funds, funds, funds. We have to prioritize it. If we don't prioritize it, we can't make any headway.
So it is very important that as a country, we put in the center the issue of inequality and ensure that our economic development plans, our social development plans, distribute opportunities equally across the various divides we find ourselves, rural, urban, northern, south, and then also between men and women.